Way to go, Chase. I chew myself out as I round the corner. This is exactly what I was trying to avoid. And now they're ticked off at me. Worse, they feel like they can't trust me anymore. What next, huh? When I re enter the room, the first thing I see is Mr. Solway's walker standing against the wall. The old soldier himself is up on his feet, directing Shoshana, who's pulling a heavy box out of the closet. You know, she's saying, I thought being in the army taught people to be more orderly. Mr. Solway throws his head back and guffaws loudly. I'm the exception to that rule. Some of the fellows, to this day, they make a bed so tight you could bounce a quarter off the blanket. Me, I always hated the spit and polish. I promised myself to that minute there was no sergeant around to search for a speck of dust in the boots. I was going to be as messy as I wanted to be. Well, in that case, Shoshana informs him, this closet is your crowning glory. Instead of being insulted, the old soldier looks kind of pleased. I can see it from all the way across the room. There are a few shirts, pairs of pants, one suit on a hangers pushed to one side. The rest of the space, 90% of it, is jam packed with what can only be described as stuff. Picture the entire contents of a house crammed into a tiny 4x4 space. All the things that would end up in the basement, the garage, the attic lived in that closet. There are books, ping pong paddles, a broom, a couple of bowling trophies, hip waders and a fishing rod, framed pictures, a weed whacker, ice skates, a 3 foot high oriental vase with a cracked up side, a golf umbrella, a garden gnome, luggage, and cartons of various sizes. As I cross the room, I get a peek inside the box that Shoshana dragged out. It contains 3 replacement furnace filters, jumper cables for a car, and a sterling silver nutcracker set. It looks exactly it looks like exactly what it is, a things a person collects over 86 years. And when the person moves to a place where all the storage space is one little closet, it gets pretty tight in there. We've got a lot of great footage of Mr. Solway talking, Shoshana explains to me from the depths of the collection. But what we need are some visuals to cut away to. Mementos, old photographs, that kind of thing. What do you think? When we're talking project business, she sometimes slips up and treats me like a fellow human. Good idea, I agree. Mr. Solway peers into another box. Son of a gun! I was wondering what I did with my 32-piece ratchet set. I look at him standing up and walking on his own, even bending over to see inside the carton. It's hard to believe that this is the same Mr. Solway that I first met, struggling on the walker and never even bothering to open the blinds to let some light into the gloomy room. Maybe when his wife died, he moved into the Portland Street. He lost focus because everything in his life used to revolve around her. But now that Shoshana and I are coming over to work on the video, he's totally different. He wants to present himself well on camera, so he shaves, dresses well, stands straighter, and walks better. According to the nurses, his appetite has improved at mealtimes. We dig around some more, moving stuff out of the closet and unpacking boxes until the floor is covered in knickknacks. We do find a few things we can use in the video: black and white photographs from the barracks in Korea, the Solway's wedding picture in a double frame with one from their 50th anniversary, his old military dog tags, and another set belonging to a buddy who was killed in the war. We've got enough, but Shoshana is like a bloodhound on her hands and knees in the closet, running her hand along the baseboard. What are you doing back there? Mr. Solway asks. Drilling for oil? She reaches behind a golf bag and draws out a navy blue velvet jewelry box of an odd triangular shape. Embossed in silver on the lid is the Great Seal of the United States. You found my medal! Mr. Solway exclaims in amazement. Glowing with discovery, Shoshana flips open the cover. The box is empty. Mr. Solway frowns. It must have fallen out. Shoshana, I give the closet floor a thorough inspection. No medal. She has a question. Mr. Solway, when was the last time you wore your medal? In this place? He's sarcastic. Lots of state occasions here: wheelchair races, canasta games, colonoscopies. What about before that, before you moved here? He casts her a wry grin. I getcha. What if the crazy old codger packed up the empty case for a medal he lost 20 years ago? No, don't apologize. It's a valid question. The answer is I never wore it. Not that I was ashamed of it, but it didn't feel right. Like I'd be saying, look how great I am. I got a better medal than you. Any dimwit can win a Purple Heart. My wife used to take it out once a year on Veterans Day. When I refused to wear it, she'd polish it up, put it away again. Maybe one time she misplaced it. She was confused towards the end. It's possible. He retreats to his easy chair and sits in silence. Talking about his wife makes him feel sad. We quit filming early in order to leave our subject with his memories. I love Mr. Solway, but he's pretty weird, Shoshana says as we cross the lobby, heading for the exit. He won his country's highest honor and basically ignored it. People were different back then, I offer. More modest. Yeah, sure, modest, but to care so little that you don't even bother to open the case to see if the medal's still there, and then hide it in the back of your closet behind a golf bag? You got to be a real oddball. We're going through the sliding doors, which might be why she didn't notice I stagger for a split second. Missing metal, empty case buried under tons of junk. Mr. Solway's medal wasn't lost. It was stolen. Somebody pocketed it and tossed the case where it would be hard to find. Who would do such a thing? There are plenty of possibilities. Portland Street is a busy place with a big staff, doctors, nurses, service people. There were painters in recently. Could have been one of the residents or even a visitor. But as I run my mind over the range of suspects, an image keeps forcing itself in front of my eyes. I see a $20 bill in Mrs. Swanson's shaky hands. I see greedy fingers snatching it away. Bear and Aaron gloating over all the pizza it would buy. Of course, there's a big difference between $20 and the decoration award to a war hero to honor his bravery above and beyond the call of duty. But somebody greedy enough to take money from a confused old lady who thinks she's tipping room service, how could a guy like that pass up the chance to get his hands on something far more valuable? I must turn pale because Shoshana regards me in concern. Are you okay? You look like you're about to face plant. I'm fine. I'm so not fine, but I keep my mouth shut. What kind of friend am I that I instantly suspect Aaron and Bear of stealing Mr. Solway's medal? What kind of friends are they that it's so easy for me to believe they did it? Two hard questions followed by a third. What should I do now? Chapter 15, Brendan Espinoza. Of all the video clubs and all the middle schools, she has to walk into mine. The minute Kimberly Tooley showed up in Miss Delio's room, I was lost. Love at first sight. For me, unfortunately, not for her. I mean, she's in love, all right, with Chase. A few months ago, it would have been easy for me to hate Chase, but he's a different person since his accident, and the more I get to know him, the more I like him. Now, what am I supposed to do? Hate someone I like because of pure jealousy? That's just unfair, as when Chase used to pick on me. Maybe more because he truly seems to have no idea that Kimberly likes him. I mean, how annoying is that? I'd lay down on railroad tracks for an ounce of her attention, and here's Chase, totally oblivious to the fact that she's practically drooling over him. Exactly how hard did that kid fall on his head? So I've got Kimberly in my video club. Okay, I don't own it, but I'm the president. It's a golden opportunity for me to make an impression on her. And who's sucking all the air out of the room? Our rising star, Chase. I've got no one but myself to blame. I recruited him. I raved about his camera skills. When the others wanted to keep him out, I shouted them down. Slowly but surely, they all began to accept and appreciate him. Even Shoshana isn't quite anti-Chase anymore. Their project on Mr. Solway is coming out fantastic. I've seen some of the footage, and it's going to blow the judges away. Their bigger problem isn't they're shooting so much great material, it's going to be impossible to figure out what to cut. And that opens an opportunity. With Shoshana and Chase wrapped up in their war hero and others focused on the video yearbook, all I have to do is get Kimberly to work with me on a new clip for YouTube. Then she'll start to see me as the famous YouTuber I'm destined to be, not the eighth grade nerd she finds so much less interesting than Chase. It's foolproof. No, she says. Why not? I wheedle. It'd be a great chance for you to practice your camera work. Is it for the yearbook? It's way better. It's for YouTube, and your name will be right at the top as co-producer. No, she says again. In total desperation, I blurt, Chase is going to be there. The change is instant. Really? Guess what? She's in. Now all I have to do is convince Chase to sign on with us. Come to think of it, it's the purpose of this is to turn her off Chase and onto me. I don't think I'm going to have to. But all right, this whole romance thing is way more complicated than anticipated. But when I approach Chase, he's not that enthusiastic either. I don't have a lot of free time, he tells me. Shoshana and I are really busy with Mr. Solway. I'm pleading now. You got to help me out. Kimberly begged me to take her along, and you know how lousy she is with the camera. If you don't come, the whole video is going to be upside down. He sighs. All right, Brennan, I'll be there. But now the project is leaving a bad taste in my mouth. Luckily, I have an amazing idea. It's called Leaf Man. I know that when Kimberly sees me starring in this, she'll be impressed. It could go very well. It could very well be the video that finally takes me viral. We meet in the park the next day after school. I've got something we need: a morph suit, rollerblades, and 11 bottles of pancake syrup. I hand Kimberly camera one and Chase camera two, although I'm pretty sure Chase's footage will be the real video. Anything usable Kimberly shoots will be a happy accident. I duck behind a tree and take out the morph suit. To my dismay, it's white. I specifically told Mom to get black. I'm going to look like a bowling pin in front of Kimberly, but it's too late to fix that now. I put on the suit and the rollerblades and glide back to Chase and Kimberly. All right, you guys, dump the syrup all over me. If the goal is to get Kimberly to notice me, mission accomplished. Why? She asks wide-eyed. I point to the far end of the park to the giant mountain of leaves the gardeners have blown in the corner. I cover myself in sticky syrup and rollerblade down the hill into the leaves. When I come out, it's Leaf Man. She's bewildered. Who's Leaf Man? I'm Leaf Man. All the leaves are going to be stuck to the syrup. See? The video will be called Leaf Man